Congratulations on publishing this fascinating article that recently appeared in Water International, and it's entitled Good Transboundary Water Governance in the 2015 Sustainable Development Goals, A Legal Perspective. And the two of you wrote that along with three others. And can I ask you, what led you to write on this topic?
Sure. There are two things to say here. One, we're in the era of Sustainable Development Goals, so it made sense to focus on Sustainable Development Goals, and we decided to then focus on a specific aspect of it, the water aspect. We started out with water and climate change, but it was getting a bit too wide. But apart from that, the paper also stems from a wider effort, and Zoe and the other authors are part of a project called Climate Change and Sustainability Project, which is run at the law school at Strathclyde. And this is a student-led project that for the whole year was looking at the mutual relationship between the climate change negotiations and the SDGs. And this built itself, it became really interesting, and as part of this project, Zoe and Mallory presented a paper at the World Water Congress organized by the International Water Resources Association in Edinburgh. And that was really the basis of this paper. So both Sustainable Development Goals, but then a student-led initiative that led to a first draft, let's say, of this joint paper.
I saw your presentation in Edinburgh. It was very well done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And for you, as one of the key authors, what is the one point that you would suspect that people would want to take away from this article?
Well, I think it's really important, and this is, I hope, what comes across in this paper, is we looked at the Sustainable Development Goals from a very legal perspective. So although they're not exactly hard law as such, they still have very real governing implications. So we established for this paper a matrix, and within this matrix it included principles that of good water governance, that facilitate good water governance. And then we looked through all the different 17 Sustainable Development Goals and looked at how they correlate to Goal 6, water. And in particular, we focused on Goal 16, which looks at the international cooperation. And that has a lot of transparency involved in it, and good governance and things that really fit in to the water goal.
And given the wide spectrum of the topic that you're addressing, who would you suggest would be the key audiences for this paper?
Well, apart from the usual suspects, the researchers, people like us in academia, the law school and the center really wants to produce research that has a policy relevance, that is accessible also to people out there. And I think it's very important that in the field of Sustainable Development Goals, policymakers, stakeholders have access to papers that do not look at one Sustainable Development Goal in isolation. I think that is one of the main messages that comes out. If you want to implement SDG 6 on water, it's not just about water. It's about all the other SDGs together. And it's important that policymakers, stakeholders get that message and act on it.
Look through the different targets. They don't just see the heading of the goal, they look and read at how these targets are very interdependent with other goals themselves and other targets.
And so that people become aware of how everything needs to be integrated in order to reach any of the goals.
Absolutely.
At the same time, obviously we are aware that a journal article is rather long with footnotes and so forth. So we also have produced a shorter policy brief which encapsulates and summarizes the key messages. And the policy brief is available on the website of the Strathclyde Centre for Environmental and Governance. So it comes a bit of as a package. The policy brief gives you the key messages, and to expand, you can browse and read through our joint paper.
And I believe that website will be subtitled underneath our video. Yes, so that people can access it. All right, well, thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Thanks.